An article from TheGamer posted Baldur's Gate 3 actress wants Nintendo to canonize popular fan theory that Samus is a badass trans bounty hunter. To which I posted on X, TLDR, gatekeep harder. This is the article, and wouldn't you guess it, the Baldur's Gate 3 actress, actress, quote unquote, is a dude that pretends to be a girl. And wait a second, didn't like the whole Screen Actor Guild decide not to call girls actresses anymore? They just wanted to call them actors, whether it's a girl or a boy. But apparently, if you're trans, they want to call you an actress to make sure people know that you're a girl when you're a dude. Anyways, I digress. By Sam Woods. Okay, Sam, what you got? For years now, a popular fan theory. Okay, this is not a thing. This is not a thing. A popular fan theory. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. This is from GameCola.net in 2015. Disregard canon, acquire representation. Samus Aran is a trans girl. This kind of reminds me of the Retro Studios writer, Megan Fausti, where I wrote an article on June 21st, 2024, said, thank God Megan Fausti is no longer part of Retro Studios, because there was a quote from Megan, who was an advocate for weirder, more compassionate gamers and wanted Samus to be trans, and was a writer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and is credited in the game, even though she's no longer working there. But this is back in 2015, back when she was talking about how she always thought Samus was trans. And now we have another person now speaking to us at TheGamer, prominent trans actress Abigail Thorn, which again, this is a dude. Baldur's Gate 3, House of Dragon, Andor has called on Nintendo to come out and tell us what we already know and confirm the long-running fan theory. Could you imagine, by the way, just the day Nintendo comes out and says, guess what? Samus is actually trans. What a slap in the face to female progress in gaming. It's like, oh, that female, that girl protagonist that you all knew and loved growing up, it's been a dude the whole time. Girls couldn't even do it back then. We spoke to Thorn last week as part of a larger piece set to hit the gamer in the future. But with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond in the public consciousness, the actress has had her say on the series protagonist. I think Nintendo should come out and tell us what we already know, which is Samus is trans. You don't sound crazy at all. No, this is totally normal to think like this. She says with a wry smile and chuckle. People just think that we've misunderstood her character. They think she's like a mother. And it's like, no, she's a badass trans bounty hunter from space. Okay? See, these, by the way, these are the activists that have invaded the video game industry. Remember when people were like, hey, just let people enjoy the things. Just let them enjoy them. It's not hurting anybody. Oh, they're trans? They're not hurting you. It's fine. Let trans people into the industry. Let gay people into the industry. Let people who are into banging animals into the industry. Nothing could possibly go wrong. It's just totally fine. They're not going to fuck with the lore of anything at all. Oh, by the way, when they become writers, they completely destroy Dragon Age's franchise. When they became actors in voice acting, stuff like that, they start jumping into other areas and trying to say, oh, it's popular fan theory. Or if you're this chick, this Megan Fausti thing, you start pushing for the trans. It's just all these people. I don't give a shit what you do when you close your bedroom door. I really don't. I don't give a shit if this is how you live your life. I don't even care if you're trans. I really don't. But it's very important to gatekeep that shit out of the games. If these people are going to invade the industry and then inject their ideology insidiously into the games to push their propaganda and hopefully replicate what they think on the next generation of people playing, there's a problem there. There's a major problem. She then moves on to talk about how good The Legend of Zelda. Oh, God. We're going to talk about how, Link is trans and Zelda are trans. They're both trans. Zelda's actually a dude the whole time, and Link was actually a girl the whole time. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is stating that it's great that Nintendo has given players control of the titular character. I love that word titular, by the way. Very good use of the word here, talking about Zelda. Before circling back to her previous point, interjecting, also, Nintendo, call me when you make the Metroid movie. No, do not call. Do not, Nintendo, do not call this person ever. Automatic decline. While Thorn's comment were a little tongue-in-cheek, what? I didn't get that. They're relevant to ongoing discussions about diversity and representation within the games industry. Get the fuck out of the games industry. People who play video games do not want you in the industry at all. After years in development hell, Metroid Prime 4 finally hit shelves this week. And while the reception has been solid, the game hasn't lived up to the acclaim of the original trilogy. We scored Beyond a 4 out of 5 in our review, saying Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is the game I wanted it to be, but I can't say the same for anyone else. It's a series that has been on a hiatus for so long that fans have likely built up impossible expectations inside their heads that are never going to be met. That's it. That's the article. So what I'm seeing here is TheGamer is hearing words that fit their agenda, and they can't wait to write a story about it to push it forward. I mean, we got Sam Woods, him, former manager editor of DualShockers. They can't wait to create a story about this and push forward with it. This, by the way, in case you're wondering about this dude, this is the dude. Abigail Thorn is an English YouTuber, actress, playwright. Thorn created YouTube channel Philosophy Tube in 2013 when she sought to provide free lessons in philosophy. In the wake of, so they don't even focus on video games. They talk about philosophy. Thorn publicly came out as a transgender woman in January 2021 with the video Coming Out as Trans, a little public statement, and the more theatrical, they turned it into a series, Identity, a trans coming out story. They had a follow-up to the first one. So this is a dude, a very mentally ill, confused person that wants people to believe in their fairy tale. And not only that, they want not just gamers to believe that Samus is trans, but they want Nintendo to hire him to play a girl. And again, I go back to what a slap in the face that is to the progress of actual women. This is a female icon in gaming. And a mentally ill dude wants to take that away from girls. Be like, no, the one girl that's actually super popular throughout the entire 80s, 90s, and to present day, let's just say that was a dude the whole time. This is absolute absurdity. It doesn't surprise me, though. And with TheGamer pushing this story forward with like 3 lines of comment, not even 2 lines of comment. It's like, no, she's a badass trans bounty hunter from space. Okay. They wrote an entire article to push this agenda forward. If you don't believe that these outlets have an agenda to push, this should be Exhibit A for everybody, because this makes absolutely no sense in the context of anything whatsoever. And it would be shitting on a beloved franchise forever. And I'd like to think deep down, this Abigail dude that is pushing for Nintendo to acknowledge Samus as trans knows that that would never actually happen. And they're using this as an opportunity to get attention. So I guess with that, I could say, congratulations. Here's the attention you ordered, dude. I would say this is more proof and a good reminder to gatekeep harder. These people need to get out of the video game industry completely. Emerald Apple says the reason these people want to change everything to trans is because they want to pretend that, see, trans is everywhere. They are dangerously delusional and their opinions should be discarded like the nuclear waste that they are. Coffee and Chocolate Games. Inherent to the definition of badass is someone who does not deny or hide from reality, even when it doesn't match up with his or her heart's desire, but rather accepts it and embraces it. This dog doesn't hunt. Dr. Vox says 10 reasons why Samus Aran is categorically not transgender. 1, official manga depicts her as a female since childhood. 2, Dark Samus, possessing Samus's genes, imbues her with a female physiology and is pronounced as such. Samus never protested misgendering. I'm going to go through all these. The point is, none of this matters. We all know it's a girl. I don't need to hear the background of the canon to prove it to me. This would be absurd for Nintendo to come forward and be like, actually, yeah, they're trans to fit this weird ideology. But think for just a second. What if, and bear with me here, what if Nintendo of America hired a transgender dude that's confused that pretends to be a woman to be the CEO of Nintendo of America? And it gets found out afterwards. And people are like, oh, it's fine because, people can do what they want to do and be who they want to be and live their own life. Doesn't hurt anyone. And what if that person pushed forward to Nintendo of Japan with this and saying, this is what we want to do. This is what America wants. This is progress. And what if Nintendo of Japan hired a trans person to work in their upper management there too? And that person had some pull. And they were like, you know what? Progress. Yes, let's do that. What a great idea. That's how you end up actually having this shit happen. You people laugh and say that will never happen because Nintendo of Japan gatekeeps really hard. They used to. I don't know about the future. I worry about that. But these people will never stop attacking with their ideology, ever. And they'll try every few years to come back at it until one day it works out and they take over and destroy another industry. It's a fucking virus and it needs to be stomped out. And I'll leave that there. Smash AT is the only person who gives these lame websites clicks. I mean, are you not entertained? To be fair, I found out about this from Pirate Nation. So somebody else pointed it out to me. But when I see a ridiculous headline, I run forward with it and say, okay, we're gonna cover this and talk about it. KN for the P50. Voice activists, the lot of them. I like that. I'm gonna go with that one. Voice activists. Which, by the way, I've spoken to many a voice actor in my day, and they're not all crazy. Just like developers and localizers, QA testers, marketers, there are plenty of normal people in the game industry. There really are. But my goodness, as time goes on, it gets more and more just concerning, we'll say.